Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel that brings you everything control related. And as always, I just want to say thanks for all your support. Also, I'm bringing you a new video today, and that video is based around the top 5 control decks at the moment in the current meta. I'm going to be doing this every month. So we're going to look at the top 5 control decks in terms of percentage of meta. I'm going to discuss each deck, why they're good, how they're good, and then yeah, we're just going to keep you updated every month. New additions to the decks, new cards, etc, etc. So if this is something that interests you, support the channel via subscribing, and let's just go straight into the top deck at 6%. Alrighty guys, coming in at top spot then is Utopia Gruul. Now this has been a very good deck for a very long time, and it's been very successful, and it has a few new additions to the deck as well. The deck is pretty much the same. You're playing your Arbor Elves to ramp out. You're obviously playing your Utopia Sprawl with Arbor Elf, which is fantastic. You've got the Bloodbraid Elf, and you've got the Bone Crusher Giant, but there's a new addition to the deck, and that is 4 Elder Gargaroth. Now, if you don't know what this does, it's 3 colorless, 2 green, adds Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. It's extremely good creature. It's 6/6, and when it attacks or blocks, you get to create a 3/3. Gain 3 life or draw a card. So that's very good. It gives you card advantage, it gives you life gain, and it also produces extra creatures. So this is what the deck I think really needed, and I think it's been a fantastic addition to Gruul Utopia. Obviously you've still got the Clothas, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Clothas, God of Destiny. We've got the Scavenging Ooze, we've still got the Seasoned Pyromancer, we've still got the Ren and 6s, you know, and we've also got the Blood Moon, which can win games on its own. So Gruul Utopia is seeing a lot of play, and it also runs Magus of the Moon in the sideboard, which is just great to catch people off guard. There's a lot of decks that are running decks that don't have a lot of non-basics in. So yeah, Gruul Utopia is about 6, maybe 7% of the meta at the moment, so it's extremely popular within the control format, the control archetype, shall I say. And yeah, it's been doing very well, and that is, you know, 6% of top 8 finishes out of 28% of control, so that's quite a lot. Anyway, moving on then, we have 5% of that meta taken up by Arrizotron. Now Arrizotron is a very good deck. It has been for a very long time. It's had a few new additions to the deck, in particular Karn the Great Creator. Now the deck is pretty straightforward. It's trying to get fatties out pretty quickly, but with Karn the Great Creator, it has got an additional advantage in that it can search its sideboard. The deck does run Ulamog, does run Walking Ballista, Wormcoil Engines, and like cards like Ugin and Karn Liberated, for example. But with Karn the Great Creator, you get to, like I said, get to choose, look at your sideboard and bring in cards like Ensnaring Bridge, Liquimental Coating, which is pretty cool. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types, so that's pretty cool. Just like basically ping a permanent with this card. You've got things like Pithing Needle, Trinisphere, Tormod's Crypt, which can, you know, really affect your opponent's game plan. So with Karn the Great Creator, you're able to, you know, look at your sideboard and think, okay, I can bring this in against this deck. Basically you're playing with like 75 cards practically, which is absolutely awesome against a multitude of modern decks within the format. So Arrizotron has been fantastic, and like I said, with the new addition of you know, Karn the Great Creator, it's gone from strength to strength really. And obviously you've just had all those Urza lands that have just been reprinted, which is making Tron more and more you know, accessible. In third place then you've got Bant Control, or Bant Mid-Range, depending on which one you want to play, but the premise of the deck is pretty much the same. You're going to want to have a few counter spells, have a few Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath in the main, maybe have a few Ice Fang Hotel, maybe even ramp out of Noble Hierarch, because this deck looks like it's playing Noble Hierarch. And then you've got like Force of Negations, Cryptic Commands, Mana Leaks, Paths to try and control the game. as well as like Jace the Mind Sculptor. So yeah, band control has been very, very popular. Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath just pushes that, pushes that control deck over the edge, and makes it very, very successful. Obviously you got access to all 3 colors as well, which is quite nice. You got like access to Veil of Summer, potentially Galloc Teague as well, which doesn't see quite as much play, but having access to that extra color does make a big difference. So band control is seeing quite a little bit of play. It's 5% of the meta, and of the control meta, shall I say, and it's very, very good. Moving on, then we have Teamer Control, which again, red blue is quite a popular color combination, but when you got Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath, you want to exploit that and play with one of the best creatures in the format. And I feel like this is what's happened again. You've got Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath in the main. You've also got things like Life from the Loam, and you've also got like Growth Spiral to help ramp you out, which is absolutely fantastic. So you've also got access to like Veil of Summer in the sideboard as well, and yeah, I mean, Teamer Control is taking 3% of that overall meta for control, which is 28%, and yeah, Teamer Control seeing quite a bit of play. And then finally taking, we're finishing this top 5 spot with Blue-White Control, which is obviously a deck very, very close to my heart. Still think it's a very good, viable deck, and it's been a good deck for a long time. Obviously, you got Mystic Sanctuary to put cards back on top of our library. You've got Archmage's Charm, which I believe is a fantastic card. Still quite a lot of things in the format, including Death Shadow. You've obviously got the Force of Negations. You've got the Jace the Mind Sculptors, the Teferi Hero of Dominaria, and the Teferi Time Raveler, which is a good trio combination. And you got like the Timely Reinforcements as well, and Monastery Mentor if you want to go down that route. So I believe that Blue-White Control is very, very good in the format. And yeah, 28% of the overall top 8 meta in all tournaments is actually very, very good. Control is in a pretty good position at the moment in Modern. Obviously aggro will always be up there, but yeah, 28% of the overall top 8 meta is actually very, very good. And then obviously the last that I haven't mentioned is combo at 25%, but aggro at 47 and control at 28, that's pretty good. And I still think control is very, very healthy at the moment. Anyway guys, it'll be interesting to know what you guys think. Is control in a healthy position at the moment? I believe it is. And yeah, leave a comment down below, if you have any feedback about how control's going, and what do you think is the best deck out of the 5 that I've mentioned? Do you think it's Grow Utopia? Do you think it's Arrizotron? Do you think it's Bank Control? Or do you think it's Teamer Control? Or do you believe it's Blue-White Control? Or maybe not even one of the ones that I have mentioned? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always guys, thanks for all your support. You make this channel what it is, and I shall see you in future videos. Take care. Bye bye.